So how much does it really cost when you're spending money on stuff? So I had a good friend and his son was working for me and he was a young guy in his early 20s and he was smoking. He smelled bad and he was smoking. I says, well, I know you don't really care about your health, but how much does it really cost you to smoke? Well, they didn't really think about it. One's his health, but number two, what does it really cost? Everything costs. And not only does it cost, what does it cost you over time? The key is instead of spending money on stuff, what if you took that money and invested it, and how much would it be worth over time? So, our techno wizards here, we've got Ethan on with me. We created a brand new form for you, and this is in the new 4.1 version of this that we're going to show you. And so basically, we're going to take some examples and I want you to throw it in the chat. What do you spend money on? Does anyone in the class um, smoke? Just say smoke. Okay. I want to throw it. Does anybody smoke? Does anybody drink? These are probably things that you probably shouldn't do. Is that how you spell alcohol? Who drinks? And is there any buys shoes? We've done this with people, buy extra shoes. Is there anybody that has a bad habit that spends a lot of money on stuff? Let's say like smoking. Who could throw it in the chat? What does it cost to smoke for a day? Any idea? We're going to say it's 10 bucks. Okay. And the number of days in the month that you do that. Well, if I smoke 1 pack or 2 packs a day, we're going to do that for 30 days. It basically costs you $300 a month. This is what it costs you per month to smoke. 10 bucks. We're going through $10 every day. It's $300. And I've been doing it for 40 years. Okay. So the total cost to smoke, and I don't care if this is cable bill, I don't care what it is. It's just spending money. If you're spending money, so I'm spending 10 bucks a day, I'm doing that for 30 days out of the month. I'm spending $300 a month, and that's $3,600 a year. I'm doing it for 40 years. But if I would have taken that money and got a 6% rate of return on it, what did it really cost me over that 40 years? It cost me $590,000. And if I would have got a 12% on it or a 10% on that, that's over $1 million. So just the one thing of spending $300 a month on something, instead of spending it over the 40 years, we took that money and invested it and got a 6% rate of return or a 10% rate of return. You can see how much that would be worth. Okay. If you, I don't care what it is, if you're spending $5 a day and you're doing that every day for, let's say it's Starbucks, and you're spending $5 a day and you do that every day. Well, you're saying, well, I'm not doing it every day. I'm only doing it during the week. All right. So you're spending $100 a month. But I've been doing that for 30 years. Well, it's 36 grand. But if I would have taken that money and put it into bonds or something else and got a 6%, even worst case scenario, I put it into bonds versus stock, it would have that habit cost you $83,000 over time, or at a higher rate, it would have cost you 217,000. So whatever you're spending money on, somebody says, well, I spend money on shoes. I buy a new pair of shoes once a month. Okay. So every month, I can't do it once a month. I'm going to spend $100 a month on shoes and I'm going to do that for the next 30 years. Well, that's going to cost you at 5% in a bond. It's going to cost you $83,000, or if at 10%, if you put it in a long-term stock, about $217,000. What does it cost to have these expenses? And again, I don't care what it is. It could be cable bill. This is my cable bill. I'm spending $60. I do that once a month, and I've been doing that, or I'm going to do that for the next 40 years. If I would have taken that money and put it into a bond, that would have been $90,000. If I would have put it in long-term stock, that's $305,000. Okay. So that is, what does it cost? What does it cost to spend money on things that you're probably not going to use? So the money's going through your fingers. The good news is every one of you are going to make, manage, and spend between $1 and $10 million in your lifetime. Every one of you are going to go through between $1 and $10 million in your lifetime. That's the good news. The bad news is the vast majority of people are going to die broken in debt. Why? because they're not allocating their money. They're not getting their money working for them. They're not doing the 7 steps to wealth and to financial freedom. That's what we teach you here in the foundation. Our job as a foundation is to help you and your family and friends have a better life by providing free success and money classes for anyone, anywhere, and to give you a plan. The 7 steps to financial freedom and wealth is the plan. And if you'll simply go through that plan, it will change your world. 1, you're going to learn. Number 2 is you're going to earn, and then you're going to return. So as you're learning, you're going to learn by going to class. Number 2 is that you're going to do action. There's activity and then there's results. Activity is listening to a class. Results is actually building a plan and doing it. Activity versus results. That's what our goal for you is. So thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to be back here tomorrow on Friday. We're going to be doing a lot of case studies. So bring your deals to class. So in with a dream, out with a plan, in with a problem, out with a solution. And it's all in that action plan and the checklist, and you're welcome to be able to use it. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.